Hi, this is King of Review. So here we have a function y equals log base 3 of x plus 1, and we have a certain domain for x. X only goes from 1 to 3. We are talking about capital M, the maximum value of this function, and little m, the minimum value. Well, let's think about what this function looks like first. If we were to draw a graph of the log base 3 of x plus 1, in general, it'll look something like this. As long as the base of our log, in this case 3, as long as that number is greater than 1, it will be an increasing function. And it will have a curved shape somewhat like the shape on this graph. Well, if we're only going from 1 to 3, and we know that this function is increasing, as x increases, y increases as well, then the maximum value is just going to be the value at the end of the range, the highest value, and little m, the minimum, will be the value of the function at 1, the lowest end of the range. Because while x goes from 1 to 3, this function just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So we need to figure out the highest point and the lowest point, which are just the beginning and the end of the function. Capital M, the maximum, will be the answer to this function, the y value of this function, at the top of the range, at the top of the domain for x, when x is 3. So here's the function, y equals the log base 3 of x, here we're plugging in 3, plus 1. Well, if we think about this, we can always change logs into exponential form. If the log base b of some number a is equal to c, that's equivalent to writing a to the c power, b, the base to the c power, is equal to a. Those two mean the exact same thing. So if I want to know the log base 3 of 3, let me write that over here. I have the log base 3 of 3, and I would like to know what that is. That's equivalent to writing 3 to what power equals 3. Well, I know 3 to the first power is equal to 3, so this log must be equal to 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So there's our answer for capital M. We can use the same logic for lowercase m, the minimum. The minimum is what we will get when we plug in the beginning of this domain, 1, in for x. So now we have to find the log base 3 of 1. Let's use the same principle we used earlier. The log base 3 of 1 is something we have to figure out, but that can be written equivalently as 3 to what power is equal to 1. Well, there's only one power you can raise the number 3 to in order for it to equal 1, and that's 0. 3 to the 0 power equals 1, which means this log has to equal 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1. So little m, lowercase m, is 1. And that means that when we're asked to find capital M minus little m, that's really just asking us to find 2 minus 1, which is 1. So there's our answer. Thanks for watching.